Good morning. I'm going to be planting these today. I'll be putting them into one of the cut flower beds because the soil's good there. Let's see how they go. It's a beautiful morning out here in Montague, and not sure what I'm going to do today. Probably a little bit of house cleaning and a bit of gardening. Well, my tomatoes are doing very well, and I've mulched around them and given everything a bit of blood and bone. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I decided to jazz up the gate a bit. Makes me happy. Well, I did it. This little mandarin tree is one step away from death's door. So I've put it here, and it actually gets full sun here. It's early in the morning, but it does get full sun. And I've also moved these two trees, my peach tree and my cherry tree. You might remember that I had them growing in these grow bags, but they weren't doing too well, and this spot cops a lot of wind, whereas the other area where I've put them is a bit more protected and it's not as wet. It's the only part of the garden that doesn't get drenched. My plum tree is doing quite well though, so it's still in the bag. I may still move it. Well, my dahlias are doing quite well, and I've strung string around this lot because hubby injured himself and he has a broken femur near the hip, and he can't help me at the moment. So the wire, this is the wire mesh that I was going to put to hold the dahlias in place. And hubby was going to do it for me, but he can't. So we're going to wait until he's feeling better and able to move around properly. And then we'll get this out there. But in the meantime, I'll be using this horrible netting. I don't suggest anyone buy it because it really does disintegrate very quickly. And as you're cutting the flowers, you often cut the netting. So personally, I just think it's a waste. And these are the dahlias that I won last year from Blooms on the Hill. And they're all doing quite well. They're healthy, growing. And there's some more on the other side there, in amongst the Nigella. The Nigella's gone nuts. I've given everything a feed with blood and bone. Everything except my natives. So I'm hoping that all will be good in a couple of months and I'll get lots of flowers from these dahlias. Well, this little row of dahlias were the self-seeded ones that self-seeded in bed 1, and I transplanted them into this bed. So far they all look to be yellow, which is fine. And these carnations also self-seeded in bed 1. So I've moved them here and they're doing very well. And the liliums that I bought and planted in here have given me a lot of pleasure. I've had them I've had them in the house in vases, and I've still got a couple out here which I might bring inside. And I planted a couple more. I planted a pink one and a white one, and I'm hoping the white one has the perfume. My ornamental sage is doing pretty good, and the Hawaiian pineapple Hawaiian sage it's doing well. So the plants are loving this soil. I've mixed in a few veggies. My zucchini plants are taking off. Potatoes are starting to yellow, so I'm guessing that the tops will die off. And this is a new addition, and there's another one up there. Once it starts growing, I'll get rid of the I can't remember the name now. The purple stuff. I can't remember. It'll come to me once I turn the camera off. You all know what it is. Lavender. Of course. Anyway, I love these. Don't know what they're called. So I bought quite a few plants and I popped 2 of them out the front here. This is my little Cosmo area because I'm not going to have a huge amount of Cosmos this time. It's enough for me. It's enough to keep me happy. And where they were growing, I've put, I think they're Billy Buttons. They were cuttings from the bigger plant over there. And I just broke bits off and shoved them in the ground. And I've ended up with 4 new plants. This is one of my climbing roses. I have no idea what the name is. There is a tag down there, but I can't get down there to read it. So it's very pretty. And the other one is growing over here. I have to train it onto the arch. It's doing very well in amongst the beans. I put beans along here and they've all decided to grow. Well, not all. I put about 20 seeds in. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 plants. On the other side of the arbour, I've put a few cucumber plants. And hopefully they'll do something. And this little rose is getting eaten by something. I've got a feeling it's possums. So I've put a light there to kind of deter them. And the Nigella has just gone mad. I actually really like it, so I'm keeping it. And this is bed 1, and my penstemons have gone nuts. I gave them a really good haircut, and now they're looking really, really nice. So I'm happy with them. And there's a few dahlias here. They're doing really well. I don't lift them over the colder months. I just leave them in because they're in raised beds. So they survive nicely. And that is just blood and bone that I threw around yesterday. It's not a disease. And I've got a few gladiolas coming up here. They're actually looking really healthy. Got my shadow on the screen. And that white dahlia there, I actually didn't like it, but in the vase it looks really nice, so I do like it. And along here I'm trying to grow some carrots. So I've put the carrot seed down onto wet soil, then I gave it a good drink, then I put the shade cloth on, and then I put the cardboard box on, and I've got to wet it down again. So I guess the secret to carrot seeds germinating is keep them wet, which I intend to do. And these are a few radishes that I left. They were too small to pull out a short while ago. So I dehydrated them all. I grated them in the food processor and then I dehydrated them. And in this bed, this is bed 3, section 1 of bed 4. All these roses are rescued out of my boomerang garden bed out the back there, and they're doing really, really well. So this one's a just bunny. I think this could be a red one. No idea what the name is. And this one's looking really good. They were like almost on death's door. And this one, don't know the name, but it's a very popular one. And I'm so glad that I moved it because it's going to survive. And there's a few more flowering. I love this one. It's very pretty. A white one with a little tiny tinge of pink. And here's a pastel pink. They all have perfume. Another white with pink. Not my favourite, these two, but they look really good in flower arrangements. So I've gone for quite a few pinks. And they're not all flowering yet. That one's like a... what colour would you call that? Darkish pink. Can't really see it. There we go. A pretty one there. And that's my my beetroots have gone nuts. So I'll have to plant some more because these ones will get used up soon. So I've got about, how many roses? I don't know. It's about 16 in here, maybe one or two less. And the peonies, my sister sent me these ones. And they're sort of doing okay. Hopefully they will, because she'll be upset if she thinks they're not doing well. And along here I've got all my peonies and just a chrysanthemum type daisy. There's a lovely white one, and I did have a really beautiful crimsony coloured one. Now you can see the roses from this side. I can't wait until they get a little bit bigger and give me a nice display. And down the centre of this bed number 4, along with 2 more beds, I planted various seedlings. And something seems to be coming up here. I don't remember what it was, but I've just spotted little tiny leaves. So, one packet's germinating of something. And there's another seedling, one tiny seedling, but I think I'm going to come out and water, and maybe that was the problem. So give them a bit of water. So it's early in the morning and I've just gone for a little walk around my front yard. It's quite a big front yard and it's looking really nice at the moment.